This is a player with full nether armor enchanted with protection 4, and this is a mace, Minecraft's strongest weapon. My goal is to become a master with the mace. Now, to understand how to use the mace, we have to first understand what the mace does. Mace is a weapon where the higher you go, the more damage an entity takes when you hit it. The enchantment density does more damage the higher you go, with breach, however, getting rid of 15% of armor protection for each level. With breach 4, it reduces a target's armor protection by 60%. There is also a technique called elytra macing. Now, this may have been too quick to see, so let's go back and review the footage. The first thing we do is elytra up. The next thing we do is we switch from the elytra to the chest plate so we can turn around and put it back on again. Lastly, we use one last firework and swap the chest plate and elytra one last time before hitting the targeted entity. By doing this, it allows us to get combos just like this one. Now, at first, I didn't know how to elytra mace at all. Here are a few clips of me attempting to elytra mace. Eventually, I figured out I was supposed to take off the elytra. What I had to do next was use this in multiplayer combat, and this is how it went. Yeah, it did not do so well. I really just had to get better at the game. Eventually, I learned about this trick that you could use with the elytra. If you knocked someone far away, you could just fly over to them with the elytra and it would do the same amount of damage. I then implemented this skill into my multiplayer PvP. After hours and hours of training, I slowly kept getting better over time. However, there was still much to learn, such as the next thing, stun slamming. In Minecraft, a shield can block hits from the mace, but with an axe you can disable the shield and still be able to hit the player. This is called stun slamming, a technique performed by lots of the best mace PvPers. The technique is performed whenever a player is trying to block an attack with the mace. When a shield is up, you have to be falling, disable the shield with the axe, switch the mace, and hit the player all within a split second without touching the ground. Now, I'm not sure why the game audio isn't working, but here's me in slow-mo using this stun slam technique. Doing this technique with an elytra is way harder. It even surprised me when I did this. Now we're going to go online and use this technique. Now, this person was nice enough to let me practice with them before my first round. Even though these are the only clips I have, I would still say it's pretty impressive for someone just learning stun slamming. Now, there are still a lot of other things to learn with the mace that I will have to master, but the last thing I really want to learn is to breach swap. Breach swapping is a technique where you have to swap with a sword and a breach mace to deal more damage against an opponent. This is called attribute swapping. It can be used for many things like items with efficiency on the wrong tools. Attribute swapping is mainly used for PvP, and breach swapping allows the player to do more damage with a sword while reducing the 60% of armor protection. This technique works when you use a sword and swap with the breach mace and swap back to the sword in a split second. This causes the sword to do damage with the breach enchantment, giving the sword 60% of armor reduction. However, for some reason I am just not quick enough to execute this technique, making me unable to breach swap, but I'm sure I'll get it down eventually. Now, I can't end the video here without showing a couple of montages. Now, although I have hours and hours more of these clips, I think it's safe to end the video here. I'm sure I'll get better with the mace and learn lots of new tricks. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope I see you guys in the next video. Leave a like, subscribe, stay safe, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.